It said, well, the YouTube notification said something about No Live Trucking's first live.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if YouTube was just like, hey.
Yeah, right.
First live.
This is what it is. What do we got in here? Uh-oh. What's up, heathens? Sozo? Jeff? What's going on? Hey, Phoenix Trucker, what's up, man? Oh no, Johnson's Logic is in here. Northeast Arkansas. What up? What up? We are in Georgia currently. What's up, GP Racer? Turn this. Alright. Can everybody hear us? Hear me? Yes, Liz hasn't talked. Can we get a mic check? Nice. Thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, thanks for watching the review video. It took a while to make. We jumped in front of Ross.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. My bad.
Ross just doesn't talk to anybody anymore, so how would I know that you're going to go live?
Abandons YouTube.
Right. Please make videos.
So I guess we didn't really have a topic for this live or anything.
Did somebody ask?
No, I'm just saying. We didn't have a topic, so got any questions? Or ideas?
Oh, what's up, Nomadic Brit? Haven't seen you in a while.
Going through Chicago.
Going through Chicago, nice. Get through there quick.
Is there snow?
No, it just sucks.
Oh, true.
Like your videos. Thanks, Mike.
Editing 3 now. Okay, so
What's that?
he's editing 3 videos,
Ooh.
I'm assuming?
Nice.
So there will be more content. Ross, who? Ouch.
Lots of front affecting the Lansar, yeah. I mean, it's the logical next step. Are you guys going to run through the holidays?
No.
We ran through Thanksgiving. We're probably not going to stay out for Christmas. What was that question?
Which
I
one?
hear you say it a lot, but how do you run? Well, currently we are kind of running, I guess, the top end of what a solo driver would run, but a very bottom end of what a full team would run. It's kind of considered super solo, if you've ever heard of that term. We have 2 clocks, but we don't run them down completely. We try to make the most revenue for the lowest miles. That's kind
Should
of.
we talk about the one that we just booked?
Yeah, we can talk about that in a little bit.
Next week?
Somebody else asked something. It popped up, and how does a young couple in trucking industry manage a family? Well, we don't have any kids or pets, and we sold our house, so here we are. That is the family.
Yeah.
We talk to our family on the phone or video chat, and
No
we
kids.
we actually swing by her parents' house quite a bit because it's on 81. It's easy to get through. Prime is the appetizer, Landstar is the main course. Kind of. I mean, some people have good luck with Prime their whole career. We just wanted something different.
I just didn't like the way that we ran, so.
Hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Nomadic Brit.
Yeah, so the load that we just booked for next week is actually our first load that was posted as a solo driver load, but we actually asked for it to be more of a team load, so we're delivering a day early, which will work out really well. The revenue was really good for 2 days, but it's amazing for 1 day's worth of work, so excited about that.
Yeah, it's $6.02 a mile, and it's like 800 miles?
900, yeah, something like that.
Something in that
Yeah.
Schneider tanker. Man, do you make YouTube videos yet? Tanker would be interesting. I don't see a lot of tanker guys out. I think Milkman, who has pretty custom Peterbilt I think that's about the only tanker that I've really seen out there. So what is everyone else up to? Where's everyone at?
Ben said Smithfield Resort and Spa.
Ah, Ben, what's up? Yep. Hopefully you're getting detention or it won't take too long.
Yeah.
It's really good tanker YouTube. John Ogden. Ogren. Okay.
Ogren,
cool.
okay.
He's a great tanker. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we'll have to check him out. Yeah, when we were still at Prime, I don't recall very many tankers doing YouTube. Where are you guys originally from? I was born and raised in Virginia Beach for the better part of my life, and then we kind of bounced around a little bit, but we were both from Virginia. Is the automatic more reliable? I don't know. It's under warranty. We haven't had any issues with the 4 automatic trucks that we've had before.
So I think that automatic trucks are getting to be like automatic cars, where in the beginning of automatic cars, everybody still wanted a manual because the automatics were pretty not good. But over the years, the automatics became more reliable and more refined, and they started getting better and better fuel economy, because at first you could get better fuel economy with manuals still on cars, but eventually it became better with manuals, so everybody started transitioning over to the automatics. And I think that the trucking industry will be similar when the automatics in trucks become more reliable and more refined like they're getting. Everybody will become more okay with not driving a manual, but I don't think that they're more reliable yet. I mean, even with cars, there's a lot of cars we'd rather have a standard because there's a lot of issues with the automatics. But that's just from our own experience too.
Yeah, we really haven't had any issues. I mean, the only issues that we've really had with any of the trucks that we've had are all just standard DEF truck issues,
Yeah.
you know, like the NOx sensors or the, you know, like particulate sensors and things like that.
And granted, we haven't had an automatic truck for that many miles on any of them. I think, what was the one that we had for the longest? 300, 350?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, I mean, that's nothing.
Nevada, is your 389 an auto shift? I haven't had a chance to catch up on the videos. It's been a while. Let's see. Somebody asked, how's the truck doing for you, and do you like the ISX motor? Yeah, so far it's been pretty good. I mean, as long as we're not like max heavy, it gets pretty good fuel economy if we stay out of it. You know, if we run around 68, 70-ish, it'll get really good fuel economy around the 8.5, 9-ish range. And how do we like the ISX? I mean, it makes cool noises and it pulls freight. Other than the red motor, you know, unless it breaks down, there really isn't a difference between the PACCAR and that. I mean, uptime is uptime, you know.
Yeah.
But if it breaks, I would probably rather have an ISX or a X15.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are you doing direct shipper loads? I'm also a BCO doing containers out of Georgia. Ooh, containers. We do a mixture of everything. We don't really look for a reason not to do a load. We just go in, if it's a broker load or a third-party logistics, we just go in with a list of questions that we ask, and we try to protect ourselves the best that we can, get all the information that we can, but we don't really go out of our way to book just a certain type of load.
Yeah.
We'll run direct freight, we run brokered loads, we run third-party logistics, whatever's paying well.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nevada says, yeah, his truck's an automatic. That's cool. It's a nice looking truck. I saw a video posted, I guess, that you had some issues with it recently. I haven't caught up on that video.
This is similar to the trucks that we were looking at before we got this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think his new though.
Oh, right. Okay.
Let's see. How's that Husky? What are you talking about, Ross? How's that Husky? Have you guys talked miles per gallon, average weight of the loads that you've ran so far? We haven't really figured out the average weight that we've hauled, but we try to keep it. Our search criteria is under 35,000 pounds. I don't know if you're going to pick up the background noise, but somebody's
Did
out
he
there
ask
yelling.
about fuel economy? Because
Yes.
we have a lifetime fuel economy calculated right now. It's about 7.5, and that's with quite a bit of idling.
Yeah, when we first got it.
Yeah, at the end of the summertime and through the fall, we were having to idle a lot more. So lifetime fuel economy 7.5. I'm not mad at it.
How have you avoided getting discouraged booking your own loads when unknowingly dealing with unreliable agents and brokers? We book out. We do not book day of. That's probably the biggest way that we avoid the nonsense. We typically book about 3, 4, 5 days out, and we have basically a string of 2 loads.
Yeah, depending on how close we are to the weekend, we always usually have at least 1 load booked out, sometimes 2. So we're not booking like weeks out or anything, but we do book probably about 5, 6 days out.
Heathen says, can't wait for my 389. Yeah, straight pipe it. Roll the jakes. Let's see. Travis Kinley is here. Has Ross ever said he was gonna call you back and didn't? He did the other day when he was asking for the MC number for Landstar while he was on LCAP, and I called him and he hung up on me. Said I'll call you back, and he never did. Let's see. Got an APU. No, they cost a good chunk of money, and that's what we're working on.
We're almost there.
We have enough to purchase it, but we want enough money to purchase it multiple times before we feel comfortable dropping $11,000 on it.
We got to get through the holidays. Our time off on the holidays will probably be the most we've taken off since coming to Landstar, and want to get through that break, and then once we come back out in January, probably gonna start looking at talking to them and getting one lined up.
Ben Mid says, did you guys ever check out Dale's APU in Springfield? Yes, actually, I messaged them the other day. Some other BCOs were talking about that. They do not have anything newer than a 2018 Thermo King that was on fleet trucks, and I guess they ran a lot of salt. They're pretty beat. But he said he might be getting some new stuff in. How do you two survive living in such a small space? We like each other's company. I don't know. Everyone asks that. I don't know. It's like,
and not to sound negative, because it is. I mean, it's fun for us for the vast majority of the time, but it's not always easy. I mean, it is a tight space, and I don't know how people do it with pets, because there's just not enough space. And sometimes when you're grumpy, it'd be nice to be able to have a little bit. Go for a walk is pretty much the only thing that we can do, but we manage it, and I mean, try to keep it as positive on the truck as we can, and not just start snapping at each other.
Nevada says, what APU you guys going with? I'm installing a green APU on the 12th. Let me know how that is.
Yeah.
That's pretty top on the list. I think that's what we're going to go with.
Yeah.
We both used to be mechanics, so I like the fact that you can kind of get off-the-shelf parts and kind of fix it yourself as you go. We did want a Thermo King just from all the warranty locations, but I really think we're kind of sold on the APU, the green APU.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob says Justin from Just Trucking really likes his.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure if they like, not to talk bad about him, but I'm sure if they sponsored us, we'd be
Like Love his channel.
We'd be preaching the green APU also. You can almost make a drinking game of how many times he announces it, but I don't knock the hustle, man. If they want to sponsor us, I'd shout them out every single time we could too.
It's all in love. Yeah, a lot of jokes that would make maybe a lot of people wouldn't. They think that we're hating on somebody, but I mean.
No, he actually does really well.
Yeah.
I enjoy his stuff.
We love his
it was
channel.
cool that he got that sponsorship with Green APU. He really put him in the spotlight for a lot of people like ourselves. We probably wouldn't have really given him much of a chance.
Yeah.
I like proven things that we've tried before, and we had Thermo Kings on all the Prime trucks.
Yeah. His channel definitely was a good advertisement for the brand, but every time we see was it a W9 that he has? Every time we see a W9, we ask him if it has a green APU.
All right, so.
What did Aaron say?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Are there any cities that you will not go to, no matter what the pay is?
New York City.
New York City, the
Pretty much the
boroughs,
top.
Staten Island.
Yeah.
Some parts of Jersey, Chicago, unless it's early in the morning.
Yeah, we've been to Chicago a few times now. It's not too bad. But
if there's enough money, we'll probably go anywhere, but I'm not going to like it.
Do we? We still haven't ever had a pickup or delivery in Philadelphia, right? It's always been the outskirts.
Well, I mean, you drove straight through Philadelphia.
Not on purpose. Oops.
Who is better at reversing? I don't know. I think we're about the same. We have our days. Let's see. I think I'm missing some questions. I see them pop up, but
yeah, they go fast.
Yeah, Johnson's like they married each other. Go figure. Yeah, who knew? How's Lansar? It's great. It's everything that we wanted. We wanted to be able to dispatch ourselves, and the bump in the money is good, but that wasn't really why we. That's not why we left Prime. I'm going to Lansar on December 13th. I was an owner-op at Prime, but it's time to move on. I bought my Kenworth through Prime 1 year ago. Kenworth? Through
Really?
Prime?
Huh.
What? When did they get Kenworth?
I mean,
I thought that was a new thing.
I thought we saw a couple of older ones.
Maybe.
Weren't
I
there
don't
always
know.
a couple of older ones? Well, they were always. Was it BLC? But I don't know.
Yeah, BLC. Yeah, but they're. I think that's separate from Prime. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. What year is the Kenworth, and how do you get it? I don't recall having Kenworths at. Let's see, what would it be, about 3 years ago?
Yeah.
What EL deal are you running? We're running OmniTracks.
Yeah.
It's what we knew, and I don't know, they didn't really give us a ton of info when we came into orientation, and the other option, you had to provide a tablet, and they told us that it had to be Android tablets, and I hate Android tablets, but I think since then I've seen that you can run a Apple tablet, but
Oh, really?
we're too far in. I already
Yeah.
mounted the OmniTracks. It's in a perfect location, and we're good to go. And at the time, we had DriveWise as well, because we didn't have a pre-pass,
Yeah.
and I don't believe you can get that on Keep Truckin' ELD.
Yeah.
I take a drink every time you push up your glasses. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen. You'll probably die of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, but the ones that they got to test like 2 or 3 months ago, he wouldn't be purchasing, right? Yeah, he bought my Kenworth through Prime a year ago, so that would have been before.
Yeah, before
those
the
ones
trial.
that they were getting when the rest of the manufacturers said we can't provide for you, and Prime was like, okay, give us Kenworth.
Do you think you would be as successful if either of you were running solo?
Hell no.
For a while, we were running pretty much just basically like solo stuff. So I think there would be a degree of success. I mean, we would definitely make a lot more than what we were making at Prime as a solo, if we were a solo at Prime. But I mean, really, Lansar is what you make it. You know, if you get good at booking the loads and stuff, then you'll have great success. If you kind of falter, then you won't. I've been at Prime 5 years. I bought my Kenworth 4 years ago. Okay,
Yeah,
2014 Kenworth. Okay, so when they had them before.
Oh, okay, that
That's
makes
cool.
sense. That makes sense.
I finished paying it off a year ago.
Okay,
Gotcha.
that's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, that makes more sense because I knew
Yeah.
they went through a period where they did not have Kenworths. RN, what's going on? Thank you all for sharing your experiences with us. Well, thanks for watching them. That's fun. Trying to crack jokes at me adjusting my glasses.
I touch my face constantly.
Come on. I bet if you were on film, you would have some something that you do all the time as well.
That's the thing, you don't realize what you say. Okay.
The truck next to us is struggling to start.
That's the guy that had his hood open for a long time.
Ah.
And now it's on. Is that, can y'all hear that? Is that too loud?
I say a lot. Hey man,
Right.
I have to edit out the start of every clip. I say all right, so I have to edit that out a lot, you know. But
yeah.
everybody has something.
Yeah, we all. It's a thing.
Geez, do you guys have the window open? Yeah, we do because it's hot.
It's hot.
In Georgia.
But the trucks were off.
How do you sleep next to that? We don't have the windows open.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You can go ahead and close it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm feeling more cool air from this window over here.
All right, is that better?
Should be.
Yeah, it should be.
Well, wider. Yeah. I don't know though, on the sleeping next to noisy engines things, I think you just get kind of used to it, but also,
Right.
I don't know. Since
We ran
getting
reefer
right.
for 2.5 years. There's nothing worse than a motor starting like a foot and a half away from your face.
We do use earplugs,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I feel like I've realized, so years of fighting with dispatchers, they're always like, oh, but you got, you have a 10-hour break and you could have slept for 6 or 8 hours. That must be enough sleep. But it's never great sleep because you're constantly being woken up by people honking the horn, people yelling, people doing any number of things. So it's never amazing sleep. That's my TED Talk on that.
It's like a hum, not a screech. Yeah. I mean, we can close
but
the
the
other
start
windows.
stop is, or on reefers, I don't know what that was referring to, but on reefers, it's the start stop setting that wakes you up a lot.
Have you ever been on 68 in Western Maryland? Yeah, absolutely. We have been on that quite a bit, especially if we have to.
Is Marky Mark leaving? Are you
Yeah.
leaving? Okay, bye.
Yeah, we have been on it. We used it to
Yeah.
as an interchange. What's up?
I want to look at where 68 is. Where is 68 in Western Maryland? I guess the thing is, Maryland is a tiny state. There's not a whole lot to it. But yeah, so where would that be in relation to? So that'd be east-west.
It'd be under 70.
It'd be under 70.
Mhm.
Well, does 70 run through Maryland? I'm gonna sound really dumb.
It does.
I'm gonna sound really dumb right now.
We're truck drivers, I promise.
We're just, I don't know. Maryland's a tiny state, and I don't like being there, so.
Spend the weekends in a nice hotel. No, we haven't. We were planning before the whole world shut down a while back. We were planning to take like mini vacations when we stopped and get a hotel and everything, but stuff happened.
Yeah.
Have you ever driven a load to Canada? Absolutely not. I don't have a passport and I don't want to go across the border crossing and have to know 2 sets of hours of service.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, 70
You guys
does
are
run
from the
through
area
Maryland.
too. We are not from Maryland.
No. Yeah, Virginia
Ice
is not
road
Maryland.
trucking. No. So there are loads on the Lansar board that go up to Alaska, but we're all about the risk versus reward, and it's not really there. Like the number that they're paying is really high, but then you have to take into account that it takes a week and it beats up your truck and fuel is very expensive and all the factors. So we can make just as much running here than going up to like Alaska or anything like that. And also, we don't even want to chain for the mountains here, so I really don't want to get involved in ice road stuff. Yeah, gonna need a jab to go across the border. Yeah.
That's
yeah, it is. I don't have any desire to go up to Canada in a commercial vehicle, maybe to visit, but
So we have been on 68 a lot when we were trying to avoid Breezewood.
Yeah.
Mostly.
And jumping back.
And then jumping back up somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, there. Yeah. Anyway. Fun trip on the map.
Right.
I just wanted to see it. Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe read out any of the stuff we haven't discussed yet.
Up in the mountains and runs through West Virginia. Yep, we just ran through West Virginia. And especially since we're in the western part of Virginia, we do tend to have to go through West Virginia quite a bit now.
It sucks when you're really heavy. It's a miserable drive, but gotta do it.
So are they not requiring it yet, Ben? Because I thought, according to
I think if
what's his name, that what is his actual name?
Mike.
Madman.
Mhm.
Mike. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was a current, like you needed the vaccine now, but
I wonder what's going to happen to company training programs. Yeah, they're definitely going to have to change up quite a bit. I know
yeah.
Prime's already aware of the changes they're going to have to make. That's a big part of their industry.
Did you see Swift?
Swift.
New to our channel. Appreciates all the information you share.
How do you get the name Swift?
How do you get the name Swift?
How is that not already taken?
Hi, Swift.
But thanks for watching.
Do you drive for Swift?
What else we got?
He's not here talking about me. We always talk about you. In a good way.
What's that?
Madman. Mike.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up? Let's see. Oh no.
Yeah.
Charger says, can you two talk about safety at truck stops? I mean the bad guys. I mean, I don't think it's any different than like walking into your Walmart. You know, you don't put yourself in positions that that you would not be comfortable with.
Yeah.
If it's late at night, I usually walk over to the rest area or the truck stop with my wife. But I mean, there's times where she goes by herself as well.
I mean, I don't know. My head's always on a swivel when I'm walking by myself. I try to not be on my phone. When I'm walking late at night by myself, I try not to be distracted and just pay attention. But, I mean, it's not really a huge concern, but it is something that I've always been aware of.
Yeah, just be aware of your surroundings, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
Unless you want to carry some form of protection on you while you're out on the road. It makes it harder to travel
Across
each of the
lines.
states without worrying about it, but that's always an option. I see so many drivers smoking their brakes lately. Do you think that's due to a lot of new drivers? Probably just people trying to go too fast.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times I've seen puffs of smoke come out of trucks. It's not usually from people who I would assume are new, but it's from people who are like, let's just say annoyed at the people trying to go down the hill in a controlled manner, and then they get to the bottom and suddenly there's a giant puff of smoke from the brakes and you can smell it. So I don't know, maybe a little bit. So, but on that note, new Peterbilts. We had it turned off on ours, but if you have the Jake brakes on, the brake lights will automatically be on. It is a thing. And people constantly think that you're on your brakes the entire time. You're not. It's just the Jake brakes, because for some reason Peterbilt was like, oh, you know what we should do? We should have the brake lights turned on when we're on the Jake brakes, even though you're not slowing down as much as you would if you were on the brakes. So it's just one of those irritating things, but on this truck we were able to have that turned off, and we all had a chuckle at the dealership about how ridiculous it was that they would have the brake lights turn on with the Jake brakes.
So Mike, that's in the chat, we're trying to get him on YouTube. He's a Canadian flatbed truck driver who drives to places where the roads get washed away. And we're trying to convince him to make a YouTube video. Everyone should give him some encouragement.
Pepper spray would probably be good. I think I was given a small thing of pepper spray many years ago for Christmas, and I never carried it with me. But that probably would be a good idea.
Carry an avocado and argue with it. That's different. Oh, RN says there's no limit on names on YouTube. Okay, didn't know that.
Huh. Interesting.
Let's see. It's gonna get loud again. You can change your name to anything. Ha! You change it to avocado toast. Nice. Truck driver extraordinaire. Yeah. Who gets in fights with load bars?
What?
Madman?
Yeah.
You got hit in the face with the
Oh,
bar that
that's
you,
right.
you
Yeah, I forgot about
tighten
that.
the straps. I'm
Right.
sure there's a name, but
yeah.
we just swing doors. I don't know about
Yeah,
that
I
stuff.
was thinking of was it load locks? I was confused.
What's up,
Yeah,
Sozo?
load bar.
Let him drop in.
Let's see.
So the load that we're on currently, we're gonna take up to Ohio and then turn around and get a load out of Ohio as well, going over to New York. That's the $6 a mile load.
Illinois?
Is that where we're picking up? Okay.
I don't know
yeah.
if that's where we're picking up,
Illinois.
but that's where we're delivering.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're picking up in Illinois, because aren't we picking up near a big city that we have to go into?
That's true.
Yeah.
Mike says, well, that was hurtful. No, man, it's all love. You did it too. It wasn't us. And back again. Yeah, I think the guy next to us is struggling. I hear his truck just
He
cranking.
had his hood open from the moment that we pulled in, and probably had it open for about an hour, so that can't be good.
Johnson's Logic is heading to Laredo. Hopefully it's not a drop and hook in Laredo. Let's see. Swift says, currently a company driver for a small outfit. Will be 1 year as driver in January. Any advice on where to start on lease op or owner op? I mean, right now, so there's a few factors for new drivers. Obviously, your experience, you have to get at least a year before you can kind of go anywhere you want. And then getting a truck right now is really hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone says change your name to Swift. You could have whatever name you want, man. Yeah, so finding a truck is going to be the tough thing, and then you just kind of have to figure out what you want in a company, and there's tons of options out there. I mean, we chose Lansar, but it doesn't mean that that's for everyone. Getting on the road. See you guys on Discord.
We were looking around at different places to go for probably, how long before we started looking at places? Probably about 6 months. So for about 2 years we were looking at different companies and weighing different options. So the jump to Landstar was not a spur of the moment choice. It was calculated, and we tried to look at all the options because I didn't want to just start company hopping. It's my greatest fear in this job. Is just to start bouncing around places. So
that's why it probably took us longer than a need to like us staying at Prime before we found somewhere else, but we just really didn't want to start hopping from company to company and finding the same thing at other companies. So if it's not a forward move in your career, I mean, you've got to be really careful. If you weren't trucking now, what other jobs would you be doing? That's a tough one. Before we went into trucking, I was working on cars doing a lot of fabrication style work and a lot of wiring harnesses for race cars and swaps and things like that. If we weren't doing that, we want to maybe do a dismantling business where you buy like wrecked insurance cars and then sell the parts separately.
That's the dream.
Or maybe flipping cars, I don't know.
Yeah, some combination of all that stuff would be the dream.
Mike says mention the Discord. Yeah, so anybody that's already not in the Discord, somebody can post up a link for us for the Discord. Hop in there. It's basically like what this is, but there's other people talking, not
You're not
just
having
us.
to look at us.
Right, yeah, you're not having to look at us. Johnson's Logic says he delivers and picks up on the same day, so at least he's not camping out. Yeah, I don't know, that terminal in Laredo is pretty nice, but getting through the gate took a long time.
Yeah.
And we had no idea where we were going.
Yeah.
And nobody really cares to kind of guide you.
Yeah.
I asked the guy at the gate, I was like, hey, where should we go next? And he's like, I don't know, the building's over there. I was like,
Yeah.
Noted. No spaces away from other trucks. I mean, we're in the rest area. You can't really get that far away from trucks.
Yeah, and it's almost 7 o'clock now, right? 6 o'clock. It's almost 6 o'clock now. So place is going to start filling up pretty quickly. So there aren't going to be any spots away from other trucks, unfortunately. And it's either idle the truck for air conditioning or have a window open. So
yeah, I think with us idling, you'd probably pick up the sound as well.
Yeah, it gets picked up really easily.
Only a wrench can post a link. How do I make people moderators? Let's figure that out. Anybody have any idea on how to make somebody a moderator? Because I have no idea. This is the very first live that we've ever done. So that explains it.
What?
I don't know. You said that explains it. I don't know.
Is that something? Well, that would have to be something that we could do. I wonder if I can do it from my account though. Wouldn't it have to be from? What account are we in?
Well, that one's on our channel.
Right, but I'm saying I don't think I can't make him a moderator from my account. You have to be maybe try on there.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Let's grab this bad boy.
It would have to be the account that is doing the live to make somebody a moderator.
You guys are going for a ride. Give me a second. Mods go power crazy. Add moderator.
There we go.
So can another moderator make more moderators, or do I have to do that too? Nice thumb. Yeah, you like that thumb? Alright, who else?
Yeah. That's what we figured out.
Oh, it has to be the channel, yeah. Each person. Okay. Alright, so 2 should be good for now. We'll figure it out later. Alright, back. Oh, me, you guys. Yeah, you're a professional moderator. And Travis Kenley Provoker.
Hey, there's the Discord link.
Yeah, so now there's a Discord link and there's some moderators because...
Well, they're from Akron.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Akron, we were just there. We did, what did we do too there? Probably some hazmat loads, since that's almost everything that we've done.
Probably.
And then we took FedEx out.
We did start with Prime. It'll be 3 years and next year?
Yeah.
2022 will be 3 years since we started with Prime. We worked there for about 2.5 years.
Yeah, we did a lease, not lease purchase, just standard
lease.
walkaway lease, and we did that for...
Oh, I think the holder's in this corner, see it?
Oh, yep. All right, let's fix this.
Can you use account or does Landstar have a comm data? They do have a comm data card for your payroll that then can be direct deposited into your bank account.
and they have a card for the fueling as well. But you put the money on for fueling.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out how much you need, and then you move it over to the card and then use that. And they give you your discount off of the fuel.
Yep. So are you from Maine? Are you from Maine? Because we know another guy from Maine that started with us at Prime.
Yeah.
I think he's working for Walmart now.
He is, yep.
From Australia.
Multiple cards. Yeah, bin, but you don't need the payroll card. There's never really a time that we need it.
Yeah.
Because ours gets automatically deposited. So we don't carry around both cards or whatever. We don't even carry around the other card. We have it in all the apps for the fueling.
Yeah.
Is the gas price causing problems? Not really. I mean, the fuel surcharge gets adjusted accordingly, and the rates kind of go up. It kind of self-levels because people are not going to take a heavy load if it doesn't pay well.
Yeah.
And it kind of self-adjusts as much as it can. But it does affect the bottom line because obviously the more you spend on fuel, the less you get to keep.
We are about to spend however much would be $2.71 a gallon. Tomorrow morning, I think we're going to be stopping at a place that's $2.71 a gallon with Landstar's discount. So that's pretty amazing because for a while there you couldn't find anything under $3.
Do you ever think you'll get your own authority and run that way? It's possible, man. With the trailer prices being almost double what they normally are, it's really not in the cards right now. It's not a hurry either. I mean, the freight's always going to be there, so it's not like we're rushing to do it. We made good money at Lansar. We like it here so far, so that might be the end goal, but right now it's not our goal. Maybe if the trailer prices go down to normal, or even the used trailers possibly, but right now, no. Definitely not paying $60,000 for a new dry van.
So where did you get your CDL? If you're starting, he's starting with a regional carrier Tuesday if all goes well. Have you been in the industry for a long time? Or are you just starting out, or because everybody wants the regional job, but a lot of the regional jobs require at least a year over the road. So always curious about that.
If you found one, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. Will you drive to California? Maybe.
We did a lot of California with Prime. We haven't been to California yet with Landstar, right?
No.
But we're not opposed to it. We just haven't found the right load out there. We wanted to do some auto parts loads out there, and then they disappeared off the board from the area that they were coming out of before, but apparently they're coming out of a different area now and not paying quite as well. So for the right load, we would go out there. It's just not yet. Haven't found it.
Yeah, right now, a lot of the loads that we were seeing were paying like $250, $275 a mile to go to California. So like, why go there when you can go to Utah for like $350 or $4-ish a mile?
And out. Utah has been fantastic to us last month.
I don't like going to California, but I don't hate it either.
Yeah,
it's just,
we really don't want to go to California with a hazmat load though.
Yeah, I know. You're guaranteed to get pulled into the scales when you go into.
I mean, we've already gotten the California inspections and everything when we were at Prime, and I don't know. We'll get back out there eventually. It's a beautiful part of the country, but I don't know. I prefer it when we're not on a truck.
How did you two meet? Haven't we answered this a few times?
Well, we did but it was Travis Kinley's
Yeah, that's
live,
true.
So.
Through cars, actually, like car meets and mutual friends. We had a ton of mutual friends.
Cars.
What was the process of getting your truck? Put a lot of money down.
Yeah.
Sign your life away multiple times.
A stack of cash.
Yeah.
Stack of cash fixes a lot of things.
I came in late. Did I hear you say Lansar has direct deposit? Kind of, in a roundabout way. It goes on to a ComData card, which you can sign up for direct withdrawal and deposit into your bank. So it's like $1.75 or something fee to transfer it from the card to your bank account. but it does happen automatically. So it's not like a traditional direct deposit where it goes straight in. You don't have to do any. Well, you don't have to do anything. You do have to set it up. It's not like a normal direct deposit where the company's directly drafting it to your bank.
It's like they use comm data to direct deposit instead of.
Yeah, if you don't have a direct deposit,
bank,
you'll have it on a basically like a debit card that you can spend wherever, or you can transfer it.
Bye, Ross.
Is Ross leaving?
Ross is leaving. He got a green light.
Later, green light.
So that's interesting that you found a regional company that would take you with no experience. But I've heard recently
I'm green as a goose.
that
nice.
that places are lowering the requirement of how long you've had your CDL just to try to get more drivers. But that's awesome. I hope it goes well for you.
California hates truckers. Yeah,
yes.
That's the truth. And they don't have nearly enough parking for as many truckers as they need to move their whole economy.
Yeah.
They do not respect the truckers at all.
Ben, that's how long it's been since we've been out there. I don't even know what's closed out there anymore.
What's that?
He said, isn't the I-40 15 South still closed going into Fontana? We haven't been out there.
I mean, the one on 40 going into California, the way station has been closed, but that like checkpoint that you go in.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that one was usually closed, but it's been so long.
I don't know.
Don't even know anymore.
The one going 15 was open occasionally.
What sat nav do you use? We have a
Garmin OTR 800, the 8-inch truck navigation, and we also use the OmniTrax.
What is on this one? Copilot?
Yeah, Copilot. Yeah.
Copilot. At Prime it was Navgo, I think, on the OmniTrax. But anyway, OmniTrax usually has a GPS.
Who pays for IFTA?
We do.
We do. Lansar does all the paperwork, but I mean we pay anything that we have to pay.
Oh, okay, they have an 8-week program for new CDL drivers. That's cool.
Nice. I think a lot of companies should have something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I'm not sure why everybody wanted all the OTR experience for a local job like that. I mean, obviously it does translate driving, but I don't know. You should go through a local program if you're going to be a local driver.
So he said, I'm interested in how your maintenance program at Landstar, i.e. oil changes, etc. works.
I mean, it's just like if you were out as an owner-operator, you pay for the stuff. Some of the things Lansar gets a discount on.
Yeah.
Like tires, and I think some shops they get a discount as well. So you would just call the department LCAP. I don't know what the acronym stands for, but they basically pay for it, and then they'll bill your settlement and give you the discount on it, like tires and stuff. But like things like oil changes, you're just going to pay for it, just like if you were out on your own.
And we never were company drivers at Prime.
Yeah, were you company drivers when you started? No.
We considered it when we first were getting in. We were like, oh yeah, we'll just be company drivers for a while. And then both of our trainers were lease operators, and there were a bunch of people before I think we even went out on our trainers' trucks that were really encouraging everybody to go lease because you can make more money. But especially us being a married couple, there were some advantages. I could be a company driver and get us cheap health benefits, so that really helped. Landstar Contractors Advantage Purchasing Program, LCAP.
There it is.
Because we said the same thing the other night, didn't we?
Right.
We were like,
yeah,
we don't know what it means. Yeah. I like having the extra phone.
Let's see. Is there an option that you wish you could have on your truck now after having it for a while?
I mean, we solved the headlight problem.
Yeah, the headlights were a big thing. This one just had your run-of-the-mill like halogen lights, but those LED lights are doing very, very well. And they're not blinding everyone because they are projector housings and they have a nice cutoff.
Yeah.
Option that we would have... I don't know. I can't really think of too much that we don't have now that we did on the other trucks.
There's something that I was thinking the other day.
I don't know. This one has all the major features that we want, like the disc brakes all the way around, the X15 motor, the built-in inverter, the 1800 watt inverter. So it changes the plugs above the microwave and over by the TV to house plugs.
Okay, so we are enjoying our time here at Landstar. It's been good. Our insurance is about $700 a month for
the truck.
Yeah, truck insurance through Landstar.
Yeah, Lansar covers the trailer and the cargo.
Dave, are you saying we need a shower? Because we do.
What do you say?
Shower? Question mark.
Shower.
Yeah,
always.
Probably tomorrow.
So the hierarchy is, you always sleep when you can.
Yeah.
If you're rested, then you always shower when you can. If you're showered and you're rested, then you always do laundry when you can.
Yeah.
That's the order that that you have to live by out on the road. So.
Yeah, everything was fairly replaceable, but we didn't really know if it was actually going to be replaceable until we got into it. And I don't really know a great way to describe that, but there were a lot of... Oh, I guess he's talking about the truck. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what wouldn't be really replaceable. I mean, there wouldn't be a great way easy way to put fog lights in the front bumper. What's been the other thing that I was thinking? I guess fog lights are mainly it. But there was something that we had on our old Peterbilts that I liked, and I was thinking wouldn't be easy, but maybe it was just, I think it was just the HIDs. But now that we have the LEDs, they're pretty good. So.
Somebody said invest in baby wipes. Man, we have the multi-pack.
Yeah.
The kind when you have like a ton of kids, you know, the stacks of them, we have those.
Yeah, I walk over to the area with the diapers and the baby wipes and buy a huge thing of baby wipes as if I have a baby.
They're good for cleaning and cleaning yourself if it's been a while in between showers.
I don't know. That was a thing on our trainer's trucks, maybe more, but we get so many showers.
Yeah.
That it's not really a thing. I mean, we shower about maybe every other day, so.
The company I'm going with makes you wait 6 months before
the minivan pack.
The minivan pack.
Yeah.
Super Trucker Dan has a shower in his new truck. Yeah, that thing is huge, and that's one of the advantages of the super sleepers, the condo sleepers.
Yeah.
Is you can have basically running water, but I don't know the process of dumping that and filling that.
Yeah, I've seen our friend has a super condo truck, and he posts a lot of TikToks about emptying all the various things. I don't know. So what was I just read it. We're not going to put the logo of our channel on the truck. People recognize us enough anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that. It'd be cool, but also we try to keep a tiny shred of privacy.
Anonymity?
Yeah.
Say that sentence.
But people still somehow recognize us in a fleet white truck, which blows my mind, but more power to them.
Where did you get the headlights? We got them on Amazon.
Amazon, the new eBay.
Yep. I don't know if people would want a link.
The brand is Farren, F-A-H-R-E-N.
Yep, Farren.
And then you have to search by the type of headlights that you have. So the Peterbilt 579s, the newer ones, have H11 low beams and 9005 high beams.
Just about, Dave. Depends on how sweaty we get in a day and when we feel like showering. He said every other day for a shower. Yep, Amazon.
Yeah, it really depends on how much time we have. We try to take one, if we can, every day, every other day. We try not to go past that, but, you know, trucking is trucking. Sometimes you have to go a little bit longer if the money's right.
Mikey Likes It said, thinking about going to exam, straight truck team expediting. That was another thing that we had looked into a lot.
Yeah.
When we were trying to figure out where to go. We did we actually apply? Or did we talk to them, right?
I sent a request to talk to the guy that runs the FedEx Custom Critical Company Highfield, I think.
Yeah.
We were interested in that. Straight trucking, if you're a married couple, straight trucking is a huge opportunity because you get that super big sleeper, but the truck is short enough that you can actually park in normal parking spots. You don't have to park in truck spots where late at night you can find the spot that the light pole's in where you only have half a spot and you can kind of park there.
And that FedEx load that we did the other day, the straight truck, the guy that was talking to me, he teams with his dad. So I've seen that quite a bit, people teaming with their parents. So you just have to be able to stand whoever you're teaming with.
And Lansar actually has a division just for like straight trucks and I guess box trucks or whatever called Express America.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I don't really know what happened to JB Hunt and Schneider National. I used to see them all the time.
They're still out there. JB Hunt does a lot of brokering loads, so their loads are probably moving on trailers that you have no idea.
And then Swift said, it just makes me laugh every time, man. I'm just gonna laugh every time I see your name. It seems there are so many negative videos on leasing a truck.
Yeah, so a lot of people put the blame on the easiest target if they don't make it. Just Trucking's in there? Oh, what? What's going on, man? We watch all your stuff.
And we got the CDL and training through Prime. Oh wow.
Yeah, so the negative stuff on leasing, if you read the whole contract and you know what you're getting into, there really shouldn't be any surprises. It worked for us really well. It's not for everyone. I don't know, do your due diligence and read the contracts and know what you're getting into.
12th State Trucker said that they used to run with Highfield, I'm assuming, or FedEx
cool.
Custom Critical.
Yeah,
that's what I used to run with FedEx Custom Critical.
Oh, okay,
so,
cool. Yeah.
They seemed awesome. We almost did it.
We were so close.
We were so close. I forget. Maybe it was being company drivers. Maybe we didn't want to give up on the challenge of backing or
no. So the reason that we didn't go through with them because we were right at the opportunity of pulling the trigger. We didn't have hazmat and they required it, and that was right when the world shut down for COVID. So getting to DMV to do the test and getting all the fingerprints and stuff was very hard to do.
Yeah,
so,
we barely scraped by this year.
Yeah.
So last year, I mean, I looked into everything. I did so much research trying to get into the DMV last year to get our hazmat done, and it was just not happening. So we had to give up on that. Okay.
Just Trucking, give us that hookup on the green APU. Send them our way.
Everyone loves 90. Okay, yeah, the RV parking for the
RV
straight
parking.
Truck.
Yeah,
yep,
absolutely. And then a lot of the people that are on YouTube for the straight trucking, they say if the truck fits, it sits. So if you're in the truck stop in the car side.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was one thing that I was like, man, imagine a life where you could park anywhere.
Yeah, you can roll in anytime.
Oh man, that sounds awesome. But yeah, the hazmat was
also having the bathroom on the
doable.
truck in the condo sleepers would be a big.
Yeah.
It'd be a big help with parking because then you wouldn't have to park at a truck stop or anything like that. You still wish I had a discount code. Man, as much as your videos. Awesome. Brought people over to our channel. Anytime we mention an APU, everyone's like, did you see green APU? Just Trucking just got one. We watched the install video and just how easy it seems to be to replace the parts and double the BTUs on the AC is whew.
Yeah.
There's been some times where we definitely needed more power out of the APU, like in Laredo, Texas in the middle of the summer or anything like that. But as much as you have pushed them out there, they definitely should be helping you out or
Yeah.
lining the pocket a little bit?
Yeah, I don't. It's such a big product. I don't know how much of a discount code they could
Yeah,
give.
absolutely.
But, we're gonna throw the money at it. We're getting ready. So in terms of a set time on how long we're gonna be driving, we don't really have a set time. We want to be out in a few years. A few years being however long. I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6 years maybe we'd like to be getting out, but I don't know. I don't want to do it forever, but you have to have a really good out to not just bounce right back in, because it's really hard to get away from this money. We have watched dozens of people on YouTube try to get out of truck driving, then they realize that it's the easiest way to make the money and they go right back in. And I don't want to come right back in. I want to get out and stay out. So
Yeah.
however long that takes to get us to that point that we're not going to bounce back to it.
We need to we have a few steps that we're working on, and then it's gonna basically, once we get squared away, get the truck paid off, get the APU, get our savings built back up, everything is going to go into kind of investments and
paying off a house eventually.
Right, building a house or paying off a house in cash, just getting ourselves prepared to leave the trucking industry.
My dream would be a barn-dominium with a giant shop. And I did find a few last year, I think, for sale that I really wanted to buy, but it just wasn't. It's just not the time, and it is pretty depressing to go window shopping for houses and cars when you're not ready to buy them. But I've seen the house shops out there that I want, and I want one really bad. But patience. I mean, we paid off a lot of debt. We try really hard to buy everything in cash. I mean, we have a credit card for emergencies.
Yeah, Ramsey baby steps. He gets it.
Yep.
That's what we went through. I was terrible with money. That's what got us into trucking.
Yep.
11 hours of driving a day, listening to that, got us right.
Yeah.
It's a long process. We don't really we have like a rough draft, but we don't have an outline.
Yeah.
Nothing
No
that's
plans.
firm. So somebody asked, did your truck come with auto chains? No, our truck came with anti-chains. We're not chaining up. We have auto socks under the bunk, but that's probably where they're going to stay until
they are worth the investment if you I don't know, we had a lot of weight issues on one truck, didn't we, with the chains? Was it the Freightliner?
Yeah, the Freightliner carried a lot of weight over the steers, so we had to kind of be careful, and the chains were quite a bit of weight.
I don't know, a couple 100 pounds? Maybe? I know.
Never weighed them. It was enough to just to mess up the lower back if you're lifting them up. But part of so after we got out of our debt situation that got us into trucking, trucking helped us get out of that by paying off our debt. So a long time ago, I had sold a 2006 GTO, and I'd stayed friends with the guy that bought it from me. We're really good friends, and we got the opportunity to buy it back, and we bought it back in cash, which for me, there really wasn't a time that I had the opportunity to buy a car that in the $15,000 range that I could pay cash and not owe anybody. So it sits in storage right now. We're in the middle of doing a supercharger for it in like a Holley Terminator X and everything. And it doesn't really matter how long it sits, because one, we're not going to sell it ever again. And two, it's already paid for. So we're not making a payment on something. Hopefully in a few weeks when we go home, I'll do some videos on that and I'll get it running.
Yeah.
Well, it runs, but it's not fully done.
Yeah.
What do we got?
A lot.
Yeah? Fire
My brain's
away.
scrambled.
Just trucking. He said he's just a trucker like y'all. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I really admire the, because even before we even had any sort of ideas on going out and doing our own thing, just kind of following along and
Did you say Holley?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I think he's waiting for a wiring harness.
Yeah.
I believe.
We have scraped by on so many parts just before they were out of stock. We got our supercharger just before it went out of stock. We have gotten...
You said what car in LSA? 2006 GTO with the 6-liter, and it has a Magnuson TBS 2300.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what she was saying, scraping by.
I mean, it's just so close on,
Right.
on so many things. It'd be like the next week somebody like,
Yeah.
hey, where'd you get your supercharger? We're like,
They pretty much
and...
discontinued the one for the GTO.
Sorry,
the
Magnuson.
Magnuson.
Where we got it from, because we ordered it through our friends.
Yeah, Brian Tooley Racing.
Tooley, yeah.
They were able to basically get us, from what I understand, one of the last ones for the GTO platform, and it actually had a casing that's way different than the other ones. It was some special design for it, and we ordered the Holly, and then probably a week or 2 weeks later they started going on back order, and they've pretty much been on back order since then.
I got a bunch of messages, where'd you get your Holly? I'm like, I mean,
and then the tires that we ordered, they were basically drag radials, and we ordered those, and then the very next week everything was on back order. So we've been lucking out, and now it's like, if we want to buy the product and we're going to buy it eventually, we get it right then if it's available.
As soon as we can, just because it's been so close on so many things.
Love it. Awesome. I want to see that that Trans Am going. I absolutely love Trans Ams.
Apparently Travis is up in Wyoming.
Travis is in Wyoming?
Yeah.
Are you upright, sir? Are you blown over yet?
True.
Y'all dream of Holly, what is that? A big truck with a
plow. Hate shoveling.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
Do we regret leaving Prime? No. Short answer, no.
No, I mean, it was a great start.
It was.
I'm really thankful for the opportunity that they gave us. It taught us a lot. It basically, excuse the pun, but it primed us for the next steps in our career, and I don't regret it at all. I would do it over again. I mean, they got us the CDL with, I think we had to put $100 down, and
I don't even think you have to put that down anymore.
I don't think you have to do anything now.
Lucky ducks, but
the only thing I regret is taking that Greyhound bus, because at the time they did not do rental cars and they did not do flights.
Well, they did rental cars and they would reimburse you, but you had to make sure you got through the program. And we weren't. We were broke. We weren't confident enough in getting through the program to have them pay us back for a rental car or a plane flight.
All right, man. Thanks for dropping by. Just Trucking.
Yeah.
Take the wife to dinner. Yeah, I got to do that. Inventory issues suck. Yeah.
Everybody's feeling it.
Just, I don't think you could write a bigger comedy of events that happened. I watched a video. I guess a lot of the chip shortage comes from, there's a specific area and they use a lot of water to run through, and it cools the machinery. And there was a huge drought, and then all the COVID stuff, and there was some strikes at some mining operations, so earthing metals weren't getting, weren't getting mined, and then the whole COVID thing, and then supply chain. So it's just like a comedy of errors that I don't think you could even write if you tried.
I had a thought and I lost it. We are going to check on an APU in
because you guys check on an APU
a few weeks.
Yeah.
I'd like to start looking more heavily into it sometime in January. Once we're back from the Christmas break, we'll start sorting out our money. And recovering from taking 2 weeks off.
It's a big purchase. So installed on their
slap that cash down.
On their site is $11,500. I don't know if there's any deals or anything like that, but base price $11,500. So that's not an insignificant amount of money. We have it now, but just because we have that amount does not mean that we're ready to purchase it.
We have more than that, but you got to have your emergency fund. You got to have taxes saved.
Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it. So we'll it is a nice write-off, but
the thing is, we already have the truck write-off. We have a lot of write-offs for this year. So I'm not saying that's the only reason that we're waiting until January, but I mean, if we had that for next year, be a nice little write-off for next year too. So
Nevada says green APU is 11,005. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he said they make chips in Arizona.
Who does?
Yeah, who makes chips in Arizona? I don't know. They. Whoever
Tons
they
of
use.
water there. Hey man, I'm just saying what
Yeah.
the YouTube's taught me. I don't know anything about making chips or supply chain. I'm just a truck driver.
Thanks,
Intel
Travis.
does.
It's like when we got married or something.
What's that?
He said we're like 2 peas in a pod. Tri-pack costs.
Cost 14,000.
They were 10.5 installed, I think, last time I checked. From my.
I think there's different tiers.
Yeah, but the tri-pack was what we had, and that's what I was looking
Was
into.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So the thing is about the what are they? Why am I blanking on the brand? The APU brand. What is the APU brand?
Thermo King?
Thermo King. The great thing about Thermo King is they have dozens. I don't want to say hundreds, but they have a ton of shops around the country, and we were able to use that at Prime. But Green APU has done such a good job building their APUs with off-the-shelf parts, and they do have a pretty extensive shop network that they could line us up with if we needed a shop to do some work on the APU. But I'm not really too concerned about it. I mean, we both worked on plenty of cars, and it's a pretty straightforward motor, so I mean, everybody talked about their tensioner setup that they came up with, but it really is an awesome setup.
Wasn't it off of something like an Xterra or some SUV?
Now that they're manufacturing, because they're
the tensioner that they
right, but they're manufacturing them now.
Right.
They're machining them.
They made the bracket for it,
Yeah.
but the actual tensioner pulley or something like that was just some off the shelf.
Yeah, but I mean,
truck pulley.
great idea. Props to them for not
So-
just I mean, anybody can go with what works for years and not think that something needs to be improved, but to take something that has been in the industry for so long and say we're going to make this better, I really admire it.
Can you section 179 a truck? No idea. I would have to consult a
Tax expert?
tax professional or a CPA or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what 179 is off the top of my head. If a bank gives you $60K loan to buy a truck from a dealership and the bank calls the $60K loan a lease until you pay for it in full, is it any different from a regular bank loan until you pay it off? I mean, with a lease, you can write off the payments each month.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's just a standard loan, you can write off depreciation, I believe, and interest.
I guess it is kind of funny
but
to
again,
say that we like Dave Ramsey, but then say we're leasing a truck, but
consult your tax professional. I don't know
Yeah.
any.
we
I'm
look
not a
at,
tax professional.
Yeah, we look at leasing the truck like leasing an office building, and eventually we are going to own it. But I mean, we tried going to a dealership and buying a truck, and even with our credit scores and stack of money down, they weren't interested in working with us, which is fine. That's their right to work with who they want to, but we weren't able to buy a truck, so this was our only option, and it was great because it was already built, so I didn't have to wait for it.
And Pneumatic Bread said Arden is the tax man. Yeah, he is. If you need your
Yeah,
tax
true.
advice. Let's see. Got to catch up on all these. They move quick.
They do. Intel does. In Arizona? Okay.
Cool.
Well, they should donate some, what would it be? Like materials to
Johnson's
all of our
logic
stuff.
in here, having us send him the hazmat phone number.
Do you not have all the numbers saved, Ross?
I don't think he does.
What are we doing? I kind of want to show him my,
The cards up there. We can.
It's very true. Give me 1 second.
If everybody wants to call the hazmat line.
Oh my gosh. Maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe we'll send you the hazmat number. But you should save all of the numbers in your phone. I did it under Landstar for the company so I could search for it, and then I have all the numbers. It makes it very easy.
is lease dead money like renting a house? Not if it's a lease purchase. At the end, you pay the balloon payment, or there's no balloon payment, and then yeah, I mean, it would just be like basically more like renting to own, I guess, without the predatory interest.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're not making money off of a house that you're leasing. And that's the difference with a truck, is that, yeah, you're making a lease payment, so whether or not you buy it in the end, you are actually making money off of it. So, I don't know, I don't really consider it lost money, because, I mean, we did 2 leases at Prime before we left, and yeah, we didn't get a truck out of it, but, I mean, it made us a lot of money. So, no regrets.
Ross says they messed up the load, so I'm having them unload and reload. Do you want to message him that number so you can get that going? You can write off payments and depreciate the balloon payment. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a tax expert. We have financial advisor and CPAs, so I would consult with whoever does your taxes or your wealth management. They could probably answer those a lot
You have
better.
his number, don't you?
Just drop it in the Discord.
Okay.
Plug for the Discord. That's my strategy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Hazmat.
So, with the 389, what made you go with that? And what is your fuel economy on that as well? I know a lot of people don't care about it once they get one. And I definitely wanted one, but we just couldn't swing it. Gotta shoot ourselves.
There it is. Okay. Back to YouTube.
Yeah, hit the,
Okay.
sure it's on live.
Okay.
What we got?
Let's be my fan now.
This spot to be at. So Travis, where are you delivering? Wyoming. Let's see. You probably going to Utah.
With Prime.
Yeah, with Prime.
What do you get out of Wyoming with Prime? I'm trying to think. Did we ever get anything out of Wyoming? Are you in southern Wyoming? I don't even know. Actually, maybe you're not even. Maybe I'm being silly. You're probably not even picking up in.
No, he's probably
Wyoming.
stopping
You're in
through.
Wyoming, right? Right. Yeah. So Utah. Which it is a little weird going to Salt Lake now and not going to the terminal. Maybe a little
Yeah, he's
sad
going
the first
to
time.
Salt Lake. Yeah,
Maybe a little sad the first time, but I tell you what, over near Tooele, there's a couple truck stops out there. They never fill up, and I really like it. And it's just outside of Salt Lake enough to where you don't have to deal with too much traffic or anything. So I really enjoyed those couple loads that we had out there. Like to do it again once it's not wintertime.
Okay, so Aaron gave a little bit of
Tax knowledge?
yeah, lease is 100% deductible, purchase 36 months to depreciate plus interest. So there you go. But again, consult your financial advisor or CPA Let's see. Nevada says third quarter IFTA was 5.6, but we were going 70 to 75.
Okay.
So you're the guys blowing doors off. I mean, I would imagine. I mean, 5.6 isn't terrible for basically the equivalent of the aerodynamic equivalent to a brick. But man, it is a gorgeous truck.
It is.
I think I could stomach 5.6 for that truck, definitely. Travis is going to Salt Lake and then Twin Falls.
I like the Justin idea of getting the hood truck and then just going slow and getting the good fuel economy, but I don't know, sometimes it's hard to not push the pedal down.
But he does a lot of like shorter runs and things like that. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, Nevada says, yeah, it's all about the speeds with these trucks. 60 miles per hour, we can get 7.5. We did a test from New York to Washington.
Yeah,
Woo!
I mean, and the thing is on this truck, if we keep it under 70, we get really good fuel economy. As soon as you go over 75, straight down. It just tanks.
I cannot bring myself to do 65 anymore after doing that for 2.5 years. If we did 65 miles per hour, we would probably be in the like 9.5 range. Yeah. But I just can't do it.
In the cover of darkness, I will go a little bit slower because I'm not as ashamed. Gonna admit that to the world. When it's dark and nobody's staring at me, I can go the prime speeds. But once the sun comes up, it's like, all right, gotta go like 67, 68. I mean,
yeah, Nevada says, me and my wife run hard and we wanted our dream truck worth every penny. We wanted to spice up our trucking experience. Definitely love it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
That's
and
awesome.
A lot of people won't even understand that. It's just reaching that goal and getting to be where you want to be and being in the position to buy that dream truck.
Yeah.
It's just a huge thing. I mean, definitely congrats on that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm jealous of that truck for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say we're not happy with the 579. I definitely love the 579, but let's be real. If people looked at our truck and a 389 next to each other, you can almost
they're never
guarantee
gonna look at our truck.
who's going to get the more eyes on it. But.
And I still have the dream of the car hauler having our own personal use 389 one day. The car hauler.
Well, probably 379 maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? 60 ain't fun at all. My plan is to get a hood with 285 rears. Happy medium between having some legs and still getting decent fuel economy. Yeah, 285 is going to make it hard to climb up the hills. You got to have a lot of power behind that if you're heavy.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience on this truck, 285s are rough, but I mean, if you have the power behind it, which, I mean, if you're getting the X15 and the 389, it should be the performance model, so it should have the power to back it up.
Yeah.
One thing I would have changed is the gear ratio. Probably would have done 336 versus my 355. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, do you guys have a weight limit that you run, Nevada? Like for us, we try not to run over 35,000 pounds.
Yeah. We do. And we have taken loads over 40, but it hurts. Hurts a lot. So.
I can pull the Rockies at 80K at 40 miles with gains, so. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you can't dispute that, you know, the power behind it.
Yeah.
I kind of, ours is the smart torque, so it has 200 less torque on 1 through 10, and then 11 and 12 it has 200 more foot-pounds of torque. It's all right. I mean, it gets the job done, but I kind of want to get with Cummins and see what the power level can be with the critical parts list that we have on this truck.
Yeah.
Kind of go from there. Yeah, Nevada says, we wake up every day excited to drive, and long wheelbase teaming is the way to go. The ride is amazing. Sleep all the way through the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that, you can't put a price on that.
Yeah.
Anybody that's teamed for any length of time, especially in these aero trucks, especially in a Cascadia, you know how much you would pay to have good sleep.
I mean, we paid $2,000 for those shocks for the Freightliner. Was it over $2 grand?
Yeah.
For the top of the line Fox shocks for the Freightliner, and I had high hopes, and even with the nicest shocks that we could find, it just wasn't. It wasn't doable. It wasn't doable, unfortunately. I mean, the reliability, the serviceability, the fuel economy, everything was amazing with that truck, but it just not doable. What we got?
Does Landstar do refrigerator freight? I believe so. I see some loads posted on the board, and there was rumor that there are Landstar company reefer trailers, but I have no idea. I haven't seen about it. Yeah, I don't know if it exists or if that's like an urban legend. I'm sure somebody that's been there longer can maybe say.
Doesn't Landstar do they do refrigerators as much as temp control?
Well, I mean, Lansar doesn't do any of it. The brokers that
Right.
post on there.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But isn't
there
this
is-
stuff that has
there is-
reefers more?
I think
temp
there is
controlled?
food product
Are
that
there
I see
really?
on the board, but
Okay.
there is a lot of temp control, like
Yeah.
medicines and things like that.
I mean, I've put some thought into if we would ever want to. I don't know. Reefer trailers are so expensive, but it would be nice to have that that option there, especially for a lot of the medical stuff that requires temp control. But I don't know that it would be worth the extra cost of the trailer.
Not right now.
Yeah,
that's
well,
for sure.
definitely not right now. We can't even afford a dry van trailer right now. But it has crossed my mind about getting a reefer trailer running at Landstar. But
Nevada says in the manual, it says to run heavy at least 70% of the time. I believe running light is bad for the motor. We can put max 44.5 in the box. We don't mind heavy if it pays. Yeah, absolutely. If it pays, we don't mind running heavy.
yeah. We're definitely not. I always thought those people that I overheard at the truck stops were crazy when they said, I never take anything over 30. And there definitely is a lot of truth to it. It's not good for the truck to always run light.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's not that we're those people. We're not saying that, but it hurts when we're max heavy. But we have done several loads. I don't know, maybe a good 50%. No, maybe like 40%.
Nevada's heading
Heavy
out.
loads. So
He said, congrats on the first
Bye.
live, doing your thing. Thanks, man. Thanks for popping in.
what time is it? 6:30? That is about an hour and a half now.
We are at 86 minutes.
Almost an hour and a half.
Yeah. Let's see.
Me and my giant water bottle.
Yeah, so I definitely agree on the DEF trucks. You need to run heavy
Yeah.
sometimes just to
Yeah.
basically like melt the soot out.
Yeah, it just hurts on the fuel economy, but I mean, yeah, like you said, if it pays well enough. Because I mean, the thing is too, like the difference in what you're paying overall on a say 2,000 mile run, if you're 15,000 in the box versus 40,000 in the box, the cost in fuel hurts if you're not making a lot of money, but if you're making a good enough revenue, I mean, it doesn't, a few $100 in fuel. Because it's not like these things are ever getting amazing fuel economy, like car fuel economy or anything. So you're talking about the difference of going from like 5 miles per gallon to maybe like 7.5 or 8. So I'm not even going to try to do that math, but it's only a few $100 in fuel.
The window, he leaves.
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, at least the
let's
sun's
see.
down now and it's going to start cooling off.
Benbit says, can't you run most hazmat loads and reefers? Yeah, I believe so. Man, studying that book, I believe there's something that you can't haul if you have any sort of heating element in there. I'll have to double check, but
yeah, what would that?
I guess
Crammed for that test. and
Flammable
let it
gases or
fly
something like
right
that.
back out my memory. Yeah, I think.
Does
maybe
Lansar
explosives?
recommend
Would have
a
been
s-
explosives.
possibly?
Think
Yeah,
there's a lot with explosives.
I think you can run everything except for one or two different types or specific combinations of hazmat.
Yeah. So I guess right now it is nice to not have to get the UN number before we accept a load.
true.
Because a lot of agents have offered it to me, like we were gonna care. But right now, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we did the fireworks. I probably wouldn't do. I don't know. Would we do real explosives?
We can't.
Is it because Landstar doesn't do it?
You have to be on the armor, amber,
Oh, okay, yeah.
armor,
Yeah, but I'm saying
ammo, and
we had
explosives.
talked about wanting to do that, but I don't think
Yeah.
we're going
Well,
to.
from what I understand, you can't even qualify for that until a year in. It's like
Yeah.
moving military stuff.
But that is the nice thing about having the tanker endorsement as well, because there are a lot of combo hazmat tanker loads that we run. I think right now we're running a tanker hazmat load.
No,
So,
next
no.
one. The
Next
$6
one.
mile load.
We're just booking so many hazmat loads over here. I don't even know what we're
Yeah.
hauling.
So my advice for anyone looking to go on the spot market or Landstar is get make sure you have tanker endorsement, and
Yeah.
make sure you have hazmat, because
And tanker's the easy one.
yeah, there's a lot of loads that we wouldn't be able to run unless we had the tanker and hazmat combo endorsement.
Which is just reminding me of all the people. So when I call agents about a load, they all think that I'm another broker or agent or whatever it's called. So that's a lot of fun. Does the driver have hazmat? Yeah, I have hazmat. Does the driver have tanker? Yeah, I have tanker. So I try not to get annoyed with it. I try to take it as a compliment. Just, you know.
All right. So Roland says, how often do you swap tires on the semi truck? So it's supposed to be around like the 400,000 range if you're getting good wear on the tires. Our Freightliner kind of ruined the tires because the shocks go bad a lot on the Freightliners.
Super Singles, well, I don't know, the brand of Super Single? Was
maybe,
it maybe? I don't know, but they just chunked
so
bad on the
The shocks going bad makes the innermost tread kind of wavy.
Yeah.
And eventually that'll translate into a lot of
chunking?
A lot of vibration in the sleeper. So while you're trying to sleep, not only is it bouncing you out of bed because of the Freightliner, it is also vibrating crazy because of the tires.
So much fun.
We haven't really ran a truck to the full end of the tires yet. We've only really put one set of tires on, and that was because the shocks kind of killed them. But that was at, I think we lasted until 350? Yeah, 350,000 miles, something like that.
And that was us changing them early, so.
Travis said, cram for what test? The hazmat test, man. That thing was a monster.
Yeah. What test did you take?
I don't even think I studied in high school that much for a test.
Yeah.
Because with the DMV the way it is right now, with the COVID requirements, we'll see if that guy decides to
close the window now. It's cooling off.
You only get one shot.
Yeah.
And there was only like one random appointment time per month, something like that. So if you failed it, it'd be another month.
I don't think I've ever been so nervous. Not necessarily nervous for the test, but just nervous that we weren't going to both make it through getting our hazmat endorsement. Just because, like he said, I mean, if you didn't get that appointment or if you mess it up, and fun fact, fingerprinting and testing for hazmat, 2 different appointments.
In Virginia.
In Virginia. Had no idea, because it used to be that you would just walk in and they could do everything and you didn't even need an appointment. You didn't need 2 appointments. So we both showed up for our appointment the first time, and she said, now are you here for fingerprinting or testing? And we said, both. And she said, you need an appointment for fingerprinting. I said, oh. She said, I can get one of you in today for the test.
And you got the fingerprints
I
done.
guess I had signed us up for both for that's what it was. I had it backwards. I'd signed us both up for fingerprinting, but they only had room for one of us for the test. So I started scrambling, panicked a little bit, went on the Virginia DMV website and started going for any DMV in Virginia that could get me in that week. And I found one, good old Abingdon, Virginia, down southwest corner.
There's a haul.
About 4 hours away, which I mean for us was nothing. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're gonna drive so far. We're like, psh, it's another day. So we ended up being able to cram it all into a week. But man, what a mess. Any more noises?
That's all of the air. Where in Virginia do you live? Well, we don't really have a house anymore.
Yeah.
Our home base is in Harrisonburg area on 81.
Yeah.
Let's catch up on the question. Do you guys have a truck brand preference? Pete, KW, Volvo, Freightliner, Western Star, or Mack? Well, a lot of those trucks are the same trucks in different clothes. So Pete and Kenworth are about the same.
Yep.
Volvo and Mack are about the same. Freightliner and Western Star are about the same. Anything that's not a Freightliner. So I guess not Freightliner, Western Star. Volvos were really nice.
Yeah, we always said that Freightliner would be okay if you're a a solo driver, maybe not long term. Your spine may not thank you, but I mean, Freightliners do have a lot of positives, and I hear that there are some suspension options if you get one not through Prime, or maybe if you get one through Prime. I don't know. When you special ordered them, I heard people saying that they were getting better shocks for the front and stuff. But anyway,
you can get air ride on the front, but I don't know how much it'll help because the Freightliner problem is just
short wheelbase.
And they use spring arms instead of like leaf springs and stuff like that.
Super reliable truck, or at least ours was. I mean, I've heard other people say that theirs wasn't as reliable as ours was, but man, that DD15.
Dave asks, when are you due for an end frame? I don't think there is a set time frame, but they should last easily 500,000 to 1,000,000 miles, somewhere in between. I guess it's all on how you take care of it, really.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I did not expect closing that window for it to get too hot.
Yeah, it is a little warm, but the sacrifices we make for the audience. Heavy Metal Halls. Hey y'all, what's up, man? Thanks for dropping in. Let's see. 53
What's up?
Just trying to sort through all the questions. There's a little bit of commenting back and forth and stuff. 12th state says try hauling missiles. I'll take your word for it. I think we have to qualify for stuff like that. I don't even know if they haul. I don't know if missiles would fall under the ammunition that Lansar hauls for the government. DD15, the best engine. Maybe the best fuel economy in a dev truck, maybe.
Yeah. So my comparison on the DD15, maybe in Freightliners in general, is always like, if you get the reference, they're like the Civics of the truck world. They will run forever. They're cheap to fix. You can get them fixed anywhere, but they're not going to be the most luxurious vehicle. Sure. They're not going to give you a comfortable ride, but they will get you where you need to go, and they will get you there cheap, and they will get you there reliably. But don't go there for sport or comfort.
Roland says, I just leased a DD15 for 3 years. I'm glad I hear positive from you guys.
Yeah,
what
pluses and minuses to everything. Drink.
Yeah, pretty much after 2018, if it's an auto, I think the Cascadia has just kept getting better and better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our Freightliner got even better fuel economy than my trainer's Freightliner, which I think was only a year older than ours, and he never wanted to go over 62, even though he was a lease truck and could have gone 65. But we still got way better fuel economy in our truck, and I think his truck, by the time that I was on it, had over the break-in, because the fuel economy does increase a little bit over, was it about 50,000-60,000 miles?
I think it was around the 30,000, a
little
bit after 30,000 we started getting better.
Bumped up. Yeah.
2017. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were still good.
Yeah, I mean, it was still a great fuel economy, but it went from like great fuel economy to like amazing fuel economy. Yeah, wild.
Ben Frank Beats says, just finished training with my trainer, failed my CDL test twice. I get my truck Monday. Yeah, but going forward, after you get out of the training classes and all of the people in training, no one's ever going to ask you how many attempts it took you to get your CDL. So that's gonna
zero times.
That's going to be one of the things that in a month or two it's going to be insignificant, whether it took you 20 tries or one.
I passed all my permit stuff the first time. I passed the CDL the first time. Nobody asks. Nobody cares. I mean, yeah, it just doesn't matter. Just get through it. Get through it no matter how many times it takes you to get through it.
Does hazmat mean you can transport nukes? I don't know.
So I think you need a lot more qualifications to transport nukes than just getting hazmat, but I think hazmat is probably part of it. They're probably like, maybe you need hazmat to transport it.
If a random nuke load pops up on the Landstar board, I'll let you know if we're able to haul it.
We will go live immediately.
Yeah. I'm sure that there would be a lot of military escort and everything.
Yeah, I feel like there'd be a lot more hoops to jump through for
Somebody
transporting that kind of
says,
stuff.
do you see the corporate truck stops and fast food restaurants are starting to want increased mask and simultaneous coin shortages? I haven't noticed.
No,
I don't know.
I haven't seen the mask signs again since.
A lot of people
this
just
year.
ignored them even when they were on the door, so I'm not sure if anything has changed and nobody's going with it.
Yeah.
12 State says, I got a serious question for you. Fire away, man. Hopefully it's not too serious. Yeah. Are the trucker lounges completely open and being used at truck stops? Some of them. A lot of the bigger ones like Iowa 80 and Oak Grove 70 and Kinley 95, things like that, they have them.
Yeah.
But the problem is they're struggling to even have enough people to clean the showers and bathrooms. So anything extra like a driver's lounge is just not on their priority list.
Yeah.
I guess so. A lot of places kept them closed. I haven't seen them open back up.
Yeah,
but
and whether that's a COVID thing or just like we don't have to deal with cleaning this thing.
Yeah, we don't
know.
really go to the truckers lounge too often.
Yeah, I like to avoid them before COVID. So.
We need to get rid of pennies, nickels, and dimes. No longer useful. Yeah, you're right. I don't really bring myself to pick them up on the ground anymore. It's got to be quarter or it's got to be the green stuff.
I was gonna say, wasn't there were some bills that we picked up one time at a truck stop, but that's about it.
But even then, picking up anything off at the truck stop is sketchy.
Nasty. I saved some blue painter's tape for a construction site today that was about to get crushed on the fuel island. So the people working there may never know, but I saved y'all your $5 roll of tape.
So 12th State is
you
asking.
send me all the nickels, dimes, and pennies. That's right.
I guess it would cost more to ship them than it would be worth in the whole.
It's very true.
When companies started giving shippers and consignees 2 to 4, I'm assuming you're meaning 2 to 4 hours before detention starts. I haven't done any investigating, but somebody says that something about FMCSA gives a 2-hour window before they're supposed to release the driver, and then it's just kind of complacency and mega carriers keeping drivers there. So that's kind of an industry standard, but I don't know. I have no idea. They only get 2 hours for us. If they don't make an attempt or give us a good reason of why it's taking longer, we got to go. But that hasn't happened yet. It almost happened, but we didn't have to leave. It was a good load too.
Yeah.
So we gave them a little bit of extra time.
Yeah.
What about a $1 bill only useful in a strip club? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Picking up a $1 bill at a strip club would probably be equivalent to picking one up at a truck stop.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think it was like a 20 or something we found on the ground one time. We were like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll
Nomadic Brit.
I'll pick that up.
Thanks for dropping in. Take it easy, man.
Answer, I'll be dropping.
It's an 80-year-old thing. Yeah, 12 State, that would be interesting. Post it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in our Discord, but if you want to join, drop the link in there when you make the video. I'd love to watch it.
Do we have a certain brand of anti-gel? Didn't we usually carry 911?
Yeah, so the brand of anti-gel that we carry is none.
Yeah,
we don't
not
use,
now, but we used to.
we don't use anti-gel.
We used to.
If we do,
yeah.
It's the either Howells or whatever one comes in the
I guess the
white
one isn't a brand, is
No, the 911 is the stuff if it's already gelled.
Right. But
whatever
I
brand
thought
that
I saw
is.
the brand before, but maybe not.
Yeah, whatever brand that is what we used to put in, but we don't really run anti-gel.
Yeah.
I found a 50 in a bar alley once. Woo! That's a risk. Let's see. I'm racking up detention at Target DC. Oof. I hate Target. Hate going to a Target DC.
Yep. And guess what just got built near our house that we don't have? A Target DC. So guess what we took to get by the house one time? Target. Did we have a good time? No.
Yeah, so if you go into Target, you just expect they're going to take your entire day.
Yeah.
8 hours.
But there is something 10 times worse about being held somewhere when you're almost on home time than if you're just out on the road. It's like, whatever, it's another day. But when you are like 20 minutes from the house and they are holding you there for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours.
12 State asks, how many hours do you give them first, or did your company require before you got detention? So with Prime, they give...
Is it 4?
They give most of the places
2
2 hours unless they have a deal with them for more, but they were also negotiating contracts where they did not pay any detention, and it was always the slowest places. Currently, we are the company, so we give them 2 hours, and if they are not making an attempt to load us, if they don't have a very good reason of why, or if they choose not to tell us why, then we're gone.
Yeah. So not to like promote this brand or anything, but I think it was this, right? Power Service? Was the brand
Power Service was the anti-gel that we ran.
Yeah.
But like I said, currently we don't.
Yeah.
That may not be the best
practice.
Right,
we don't even know if it's... We don't even know if this brand was the best or anything.
That's what Prime...
Yeah. Is it what they sold to? Or they wanted you to buy?
They said House or Power Service, but
yeah.
I don't know. Don't take our advice.
Yeah.
Do your own research on anti-gel and whether you should use it or not. We don't.
Do your own research on everything.
Yeah, exactly. Don't follow us. We're
My nose is so itchy.
we're special when it comes to some things. I guess Steve
What's
G and 12 State are going back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Organize a Target boycott.
Who said that?
So yeah, the Tank maybe. Same thing with Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Or no. How do you say your name? Sex.
Yeah, organize a Target
funny.
boycott. Absolutely. We did. We had a one truck boycott until there was a.
There were me and the other 4 truckers in the trucking in the lounge that one time, all waiting for the person to get back since they were switching shifts. So you stay at Target for so long that you see at least 2 shifts of people come and go. There's nothing more frustrating than a Target DC. But the thing is, so I don't know. Prime is great. But when we did Target with Prime, we probably didn't make very much. But we made a lot on the last Target run both Target runs that we did with Landstar. So we're like, all right, at least we're being compensated fairly for this horrendous wait. But yeah, it hurts when you're not making a whole lot and you're going to Target and you know you're going to sit for 8 hours.
Yeah, so we had a one truck protest. We were like, we're not going to Target ever again.
No more Target.
And then a load popped up and it was paying like $5 a mile, and it was like
no more FedEx.
3,000 pounds or something like that. So we took a.
Oh yeah, it was helium.
Yeah, we took a Target load, knowing that it was going to be bad, and it was.
Yeah, but at least we got fairly compensated for it.
I showed up on first shift and third shift's about to come in.
Yep,
yeah, that's how it is.
Exactly. Like, oh, you're a new person. That's fun.
You know what's really bad?
It's nice.
When you've been there long enough to see the person come back again.
Oh, man.
At that point, you just need to...
Oh, no. They always tell you, like, oh, yeah, you can drop your trailer and go to a truck stop or something and get out of our hair. Where's my paperwork?
Yeah, so as I said, make that video. Yeah, 12 State, make that video, man. I would, I'd be interested in seeing the reason why.
What is it again? The reason why what?
Why the 2 hours before detention is the thing?
True. Yeah. That'd be very interesting. Because we have to give them some time. I don't know. You can't just be like immediately. Why am I not unloaded? I don't know. It's probably not the reason, but that'd be super
Kirk
interesting.
says, watch your videos, keep that truck and trailer clean. It is actually horrendously dirty right
Filthy.
now.
But we're about to go north again,
yeah.
and then we're about to go east while staying north. So the plan is maybe after New York, we're gonna look for a wash, get it washed.
Charlie says, I enjoyed your videos. I'll let you know when or if I get on there. It's been over 2 months and I just got past its second processor. Yeah, so
that sounds not good.
The Landstar process is, it is a slow moving process. I will say, I did have to call into Landstar's recruiting, and I got a hold of the manager over the agent that we had because we felt like they were not
she's not responsive.
They were not communicating, and it wasn't moving. And the day that I did that, the next day we were signed up for orientation. So don't be afraid to ruffle some feathers and call people's managers. Do whatever it takes. I'm going to turn this light on, see if that's
a little bit better.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll see.
It's terrible lighting in here, but
I'll be dropping it one day next week. This is something nobody thought about and blew my mind. All right.
What have we talked about?
Ronald Reagan put deregulations in trucking. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would imagine that the deregulation might have had a part in it. But
we still need to do like a truck review video, don't we?
Yeah, I think we're going to put out a truck review and then also a comparison of our time at Prime and our time at Lansar.
Maybe we can film those when we go home. If we want to. I don't know. We'll probably be so busy when we're home we won't get anything done then either. It is one of those things where like, yeah, we're going to do this video and this video, but then just carving out the time for it is not always super easy. The videos that aren't just vlogs. I mean, vlogs happen while we're working, but doing special videos is kind of takes timing.
Walter says, really enjoyed the channel, great content. Thank you for watching. You know, we wouldn't be putting out videos if people weren't watching.
I mean,
are Costco DCs really efficient at getting trucks in and out? I don't think so.
Costco? We've only done Costco stores, right? Have we not? When have we done a Costco DC?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, it might be as bad as Walmart and Target.
Making an assumption about other businesses in that industry, I would probably say
but
no.
Comparing Walmart to Target really isn't fair. Because at least you have a 50-50 shot with Walmart DCs if they're going to get you out in a timely manner. Target DCs, there's no chance. You are not getting out with under 4 hours. I think maybe like 5 or 6 hours might have been our the shortest amount of time that we've spent at our Target DC. But Walmart's at least were usually communicative. Or told you when you got your paperwork. Every single time that we have gone to a Walmart DC, a Target DC, I have had to go hunting down my paperwork, and the office is always a disaster and nobody knows where anything is, and half the time they get our trailer number wrong. But it's what you do for the money, right?
What is the most you guys made on one load with Landstar? I think 10,000 before Lansar's cut was our highest. Charlie says, I'll try that. I'm a very patient dude. Did not quit my current job with night. Yeah, that's a good thing. If you have a job, that's the easiest way to make it through the Landstar orientation grind is to keep working up until they give you a orientation date. What brand APU do you guys like or recommend? Well, we only have experience with Thermo King. They were really good, and we are going to most likely purchase a green APU. So we'll have a
We'll
review
let
on
you
that.
know.
All right, I think we're kind of winding down on the questions. If anybody has any questions before we hop off, go ahead and throw them down there and we'll get them answered. Otherwise, we're gonna probably
Yeah, 2 hours is
soon.
probably a good.
Okay. 12 states. Thank you. Appreciate those times. Safe travels to both of y'all.
We've been watching Succession. I don't know if anybody else watches Succession.
Yeah, we gotta catch up on that.
We gotta catch up on that one. We made it all the way up until the most recent video came out the other night. So gotta catch up on that last video episode.
RN says that Costco is really run well. That's cool.
I would probably put them more, in my mind, I would think of them more probably being in the Walmart category.
Oh, I can say Tractor Supply, A1. They were
10 out of
friendly.
10. Yeah. Need more
And they
Tractor
were
Supply
fast.
loads. And
Yeah,
they're
they got us in and out
Yeah.
before our appointment time. We always show up
Yeah.
early. They got us in and out. I would do a Tractor Supply DC anytime.
Yeah, but now we're used to the hazmat money.
Yeah, hazmat gets us all the time.
Oh, once you start the hazmat, you can't stop.
So it says, thank you guys for all the info. Be safe out there. Thank you. You too.
What have we done recently that wasn't hazmat? Has it just been the FedEx loads?
Yeah, recently it's been FedEx and hazmat. That's all we've been hauling.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that wasn't
Hauling
hazmat.
the mail.
Yeah. It's almost a surprise when we don't have to call the hazmat department. Or set our GPSs up for hazmat. Or do any of the other hazmat stuff.
Robert says Costco is leagues above Walmart. No getting out of the truck. All contactless. Less than an hour in and out with a full reefer.
Oh,
cool.
wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's a shame we have only ever done Costco stores. And they are not in and out within an hour, usually. I don't know. They're not that bad, though.
Since you're always working together, does date night have less of a spark? No, I don't think it's affected anything. No. I prefer small shippers and receivers. Yeah, I do too. And a lot of the hazmat places are really small, and we're usually the only truck. I haven't had to actually back in between trucks in so long that I may not even remember how to.
It's so bad. It was funny today though, because there was another Landstar driver at the same pickup. So when I called the hazmat department, she's like, I just looked at this paperwork. I was like, I just sent it to you guys. She said, oh, another guy just called in with this exact same paperwork, and I realized it was the guy that was beside us that had Charlie on his driver door, and apparently that was his name. So shout out to Charlie. Didn't talk, but we both called hazmat within a few minutes, apparently.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up. It's been almost 2 hours. Crazy. Thanks
flies by.
for everybody that joined in, asked questions, chatted with us. I was expecting our first live to have like our 1 or 2 friends from Discord. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised to see, and even just trucking popped in. That was wild.
That was wild.
Never expected that, but more power to him. That's awesome. Such a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. YouTube is wild.
It is very wild.
It's a wild land. Just the people that we met, who we watched before we got into truck driving, and then running into them out in the wild, and now people running into us after watching us, and it's just it's crazy.
Yeah, just having that interaction with the people that watch our stuff is great. And again, I don't know how people identify our truck compared to the other millions of fleet white trucks, but
how many brand new fleet white Peterbilts are out there pulling Landstar? This is the question. I don't think that there's a ton. There are more new trucks at Landstar than I honestly would have expected, because the old joke is always, the old truck that you take to Landstar. But honestly, there are a lot of newer trucks at Landstar. But I just don't think that there's a ton of. I mean, this new body style Peterbilt isn't even super common out in the world yet in general, and usually it's only the mega carriers that are getting them. So I don't know. I think it's more of a unique truck than you would think, but still it's crazy. I mean, we don't have any identifying graphics or anything on this truck, but I guess people see a couple in a Landstar truck and recognize the new Peterbilt or whatever, and
yeah, I was hiding in a
awesome.
reserve spot in Columbia, South Carolina, because I had to put on some wiper blades and didn't want to do it in the fuel island.
Yeah.
And this person came up, looked like she was about to kick us out of the spot.
Yeah, I was
but
like, what did we do?
Then she asked, "Are you the couple on YouTube?" I was like, "We are."
We didn't get her name, did we?
Mm-mm.
I'm
She worked
sorry,
for
guys.
Covenant's solo division, which was Landstar.
Landstar, yeah, she worked
Yeah.
for Landstar. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm the worst with names, and I'll even ask names sometimes and try to make an effort to remember the name, but it doesn't stick half the time, and I'm sorry. But I do want to try to make a better effort about getting people's names in the future that
Yeah,
we meet.
give them a shout out on the videos.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
We're going to call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for
Pretty much 2 hours exactly.
joining in. All right, we'll see you.
Bye.